Howdy y'all! Thank you for joining us today for this unboxing of the Magnificent. So the Magnificent, we're going to expand our camp, gather resources and trainers, and set up marvelous shows featuring magnificent performers who can attract the largest audience. It's going to be a dice rolling game. You get to draft dice, expand your camp, stage your show, and then gain unique abilities. Kind of been anxious to try this, so I can't wait to dig in. Before I even start doing the opening, I'll tell you one thing that already has me feeling a little wary if I had anything bad to say about this, is this box feels really, really thin. Like, we'll see once we open it, but yeah, this box feels really thin as far as cardboard for protecting the box, protecting the game, I should say. But let's go ahead and dig right in. I mean, it's got a nice matte finish looking at the cardboard. Maybe it just feels weird. All right. I mean, I guess it feels about, it feels as thin as like a puzzle box, basically. Like the same cardboard you'd see around a puzzle. But I guess it's just not as thin as I thought, but it's still pretty thin. Alright, we got the rule book here, right off the bat. Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone outside the box, the Magnificent are in town. Buy your tickets. Set your clocks. This is not your average clown. The tents are raised, the elements transpire. The sawdust is literally on fire. When the moon appears on the sunset's ember, you know but this. This will be a show to remember. Pretty cool. Like I said, the artwork looks really cool. Let's see what type of show. Right off the bat, right on the cover, it's got the components and lets us know everything that's inside of it. Then we have the general setup. Then the player setup. The gameplay. Then Action A, build. Action B, travel. Action C, perform. And then it's just got a glossary letting you know the trailer abilities and how they work. The round in. The game in. And then there's our solo game mode. Card scoring. Bonuses. So pretty simple, it looks like. Nice. We'll see if it's a well-written rulebook or not. You got the board here. It is a dual fold-out. Got the section where we're going to be doing most of the playing, the majority of the playing. You can tell it's got the victory points that goes around that section. And then the other side of the board is just basically, looks like decks or where some cards will go and whatnot. All right. I believe these are the player boards. They are made of pretty thin. You can see it's already been in the middle, just holding them. Pretty thin cardboard. Don't know if there's a difference on each side. Guess I could just look to compare. That looks pretty similar. That looks similar, so there is a difference on the layout. Yep. So that's the only difference I see right off the bat, is there's a difference on the layout from front to back. But other than that, the backs are exactly the same too, so I'm assuming one may just be you choose a side. I guess we'll find out. Oh, how many were there of this? I'm assuming 4, because there's 4 players. Nope, nope, we got 5. Maybe 1. Who knows for what? All right, we got cardboard here, punch outs. These are a lot smaller than I thought looking at the back of the box in the rule book, but it looks like it's meant to be designed that way for your player powers because it looks like it goes on here. So pretty cool. And then we have the polyomino, or whatever you want to call it, or domino-like, where you're going to be putting in the shapes on your board. So that's what I understand from this, is you're going to put it over stuff, and that's where you're setting up where your acts are at in your show. Got some more punch outs here. It looks like 4 boards of punch outs. Only thing that's really different, it's just some of the shapes and whatnot, and then we have the things to pull off for your abilities. And then the last set of punch outs. Alright, we have cards. We'll take a look at those here in a second. We have dice. They look as though they're translucent. They look decent. Just look like your typical translucent D6s. And just in case you're one of those people, I've worked in the shop enough to see. I go back to D&D terms, D6s, 6-sided dice, just in case you don't know. Then we got gems, the typical gems like you see for like victory points and stuff. We have bags of these up at the shop, just to use for various things. You got some pieces of like meeple / wood here. Looks like for various things. We got a top hat. We got cylinders. I only see one of the stagecoach, so maybe that's like a first player marker or something. Or should say, not really so much a stagecoach, but a like a trailer. All right. Alright, what is in this? Okay, so they send you a nice tray, it looks like, for separate things out so you don't have to put everything in bags. And then it has a lid, which just goes over it, but should still hold it all in there, I would think. It tries to pop off, but I think if you have stuff in here, it shouldn't be too bad. And then we have some bags. I'm sure to separate out for each color, each player. And then we have the insert, which of course, as I tell everybody, you should always check under every insert just to make sure there's not extra stuff. I very rarely have found extra stuff in there, but you'd be surprised sometimes. But it's got a nice little artwork to make you want to keep the insert. And as long as they don't get in the way of putting everything back in here, we should be all right. First things first, so I went ahead and looked ahead of time to find out which type of cards we need. It did mention that you will need the large sized cards. The size of the cards are 59 by 92 for the sleeves at least. And I like to get these board game sleeves from Arcane Tinman. I like the non-glare ones. If you get the regular ones, they come in just a bag. I like the non-glare ones. They come with a box to where when you open it up, you're going to get your sleeves in there. It's got the 50 sleeves. Once you sleeve up all 50 of your cards, they will go back in this box as a nice little tuck box for protecting your cards. So that's the reason I like to go this way. You can usually just get the bag one. They're usually, if you don't care about the tuck box, and it's usually just about double the price. So usually these are half price because it only comes with 50 of the sleeves. But you will need the large. And once I open these up, I'll go ahead and put 1 or 2 in there. See what the cards look like. So yes, they feel like typical cards. It did say you're going to need, I guess I should have finished that out. It did say you're going to need 110 of these. So if you're going with the bags, it means you got to get 2 bags. If you're going with these non-glares, you'll need to get 3 boxes. But it does look like it fits it. About like that. Alright, let's go ahead and look at the cards. Don't know what these are exactly, but we'll go through them. These look like the axe, probably. We have the Magnificent and Lungao. The artwork is beautiful, and I do like the way they went with the times. I don't know what type of actual font that is, but I do like the way the font goes with the game and fits it. It just makes it a little bit hard to read a little bit. But we got the Magnificent Bronson here. We have the Magnificent Kimura, the Magnificent Larissa, the Magnificent Alberic, the Magnificent Suhail. Alright, so we got the same axe. They just different on the cards because we got the Magnificent Bronson again. Magnificent Larissa again. Like I said, it is beautiful artwork. Barrick, Kimura. It looks like all the same axe, but you can easily see how they could easily just expand this if they wanted to and just throw in some more axe with maybe different colored things. I don't know if it would throw off the ratios or anything, but most time with play testing, they'll figure out some way to do things. But I kind of figured it had to be the same axe because the one I did sleeve up said it was an act that we definitely have already seen. And of course, we don't know what all the text on all the cards does, but just kind of showing you the cards. But yep, so that seems to be the axe deck. And then we'll take a look at this one next. Alright. This looks like something that has to do with the dice. So it's just a way. So it looks like there's just a various amount of things here. But these are the same size cards, so you need the same sleeves for them. And these are just probably ways of mitigating dice or doing things after you draft them, or ways to make your axe better, I'm assuming. We will definitely have to try this game out solo. It looks like there's 2 different ways you can play each one, which is always nice because it makes it to where it gives you options on one you may or may not need for something. So, seems pretty cool. Alright, we'll get this all sleeved up. And since it is a solo game, I mean, I'll try to get it to the table with multiple players, but it does mean that I will at least try it a couple times, probably as a live playthrough. Other than that, we'll get it sleeved up, get it to the table. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.